I was going to my grandmother's house by train. The train was clean and tidy, but there were only 5 people in the 6 boxes. I got the last box, and the one after mine was empty. Time was passing slowly. I was reading my course books, trying to focus, but the quiet was creepy. Everything seemed fine until the evening came. During the journey, the train driver said we had to take a longer route because the shorter one had rail issues. I felt annoyed, but also curious. A new path meant seeing new places, and I couldn't help but feel a bit nervous. After about 15 to 20 minutes, I finished my coursework and looked outside. I was shocked to see that we were moving through mountains covered in thick forest. It was getting dark, and I felt uneasy. My heart beat faster when the train lights flickered on. A pale yellow bulb lighting up the outside through the rainy windows. It made it hard to see, but I kept looking at the strange, shifting shadows. Inside the train, the dim light made the shadows look even scarier. I was trying to stay calm when suddenly I saw something move among the trees. I thought it was just shadows, but then I realized it looked like a human figure. My heart sank. It wasn't human. It was big, muscular, with long hair and a tail. My hands got sweaty as I saw it running toward the train, its eyes barely visible in the dark. Then it howled, a loud, creepy howl like a wolf. I panicked. I quickly shut the half-open door, pushing a chair under the handle. My hands were shaking. I ran to close the windows, but I could still see that thing running right next to the train. I needed something to protect myself. My eyes landed on a big vase under the seat, a gift from my mom to my aunt. I grabbed it, feeling a bit braver. I looked out the window again. The creature was so close that it almost touched the train. Without thinking, I threw the vase at its head. It hit hard, and I saw the creature fall as the train kept moving forward. I felt a little better, but I was still scared. Just as I thought it was over, the train lights flickered and went out. The train started slowing down. I looked outside, but nothing was there. Just darkness and trees. I felt alone and terrified. The driver said we stopped to refuel. I tried to calm down, but then, bang! Something heavy landed on the train roof. My heart pounded, and I quickly took out my flashlight. I pointed the light at the window and almost screamed. The creature was there, sticking to the glass, blood on its face, its tongue hanging out. I fell backward, shaking. Suddenly, crack! The window shattered and I blacked out. When I woke up, I was lying on the train floor. It was morning, and the windows were clean and unbroken. Everything looked normal. I felt confused. Was it all just a bad dream? Then I checked my bag. The vase was there, broken and covered in blood. I didn't know what to believe. Was it real or just a nightmare? I couldn't stop thinking about it. My friends and I were going to explore a village that was famous for its unsettling beauty. The train we had to take was old, its paint chipped, its surface dented. I was standing at the station, feeling a cold breeze wrap around my neck. A strange feeling washed over me, but I brushed it off, thinking maybe I just felt refreshed because I'd actually slept early for once. The station was empty, completely silent. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was the first one there, or maybe the chosen one. "Hey, we got here early too, couldn't sleep from excitement," my friend shouted from a distance. I wanted to respond, but my heart felt heavy, as if weighed down by something invisible. My body wouldn't move, almost like I was frozen in place. The train driver told us that we would leave in 15 minutes to avoid being late. I didn't think to ask why being late was such a big deal, especially since the train was almost empty. We were just glad to be on our way. Everyone seemed happy, but I couldn't shake this weird feeling. It was as if something deep inside me knew something was wrong. The train started moving, and I finally relaxed a bit. Watching the trees rush past the window and feeling the cool morning breeze made me smile. For a moment, I felt at ease. The train stopped at a small station due to some issue. We got out and had tea at a nearby hotel. After a while, we boarded again, and the journey continued. Everything seemed fine until the evening. One by one, my friends started to feel sleepy. Soon, everyone was out cold, but I didn't feel sleepy at all. I just kept looking out the window, lost in thought. Then suddenly, I felt like someone was watching me. My peripheral vision caught a figure sitting on the opposite chair, staring right at me. My heart started racing. I turned my head, but no one was there. Trying to shake off the fear, I looked back outside. But then, I felt it again. This time it was even closer. I could almost feel hot breath on my face. I jumped up and screamed, whipping around to look behind me. Nothing. Nobody. My friends didn't even stir, as if they were in some deep, unnatural sleep. My heart pounded so hard it hurt. I tried to calm down, telling myself it was just my imagination. Slowly, I made my way to the washroom to splash water on my face. I turned on the faucet and leaned over the sink, trying to catch my breath. But then, I saw it. In the mirror, a dark, shadowy figure behind me. I spun around, nothing again. My heart was thundering in my chest. Suddenly, I heard something fall inside the small closet nearby. Its door was half open. I cautiously approached, but just as I got close, a shadow moved across the floor, and the door slammed shut with a bang. I bolted back to my seat. It felt like the distance between me and my bed was stretching, as if the train itself didn't want me to make it back. As I finally reached my bed, I heard a low, sinister laugh echoing from the washroom. I couldn't take it anymore. I crawled into my sleeping bag, zipped it up tight, and stayed completely still. My heart pounded in my ears. Somehow, I managed to fall asleep. The next morning, we arrived at the village. My friends woke up as if nothing had happened, chatting excitedly. But I couldn't forget that night. Was it just my imagination? Or was that train really haunted? To this day, I still wonder what I experienced on that eerie ride. One evening, I was sitting with my friend, both of us browsing Reddit. I love reading spooky stories while he's more into tech stuff. Suddenly, he showed me a picture. It was of a railway station where two men were found dead. The station was closed after the incident. My friend, always curious and adventurous, thought it might be drug dealers trying to clear the area to sell drugs without being caught. He left the room and I stayed on my bed, still thinking about that creepy station. A few minutes later, I heard loud noises from outside, like someone throwing things around. Feeling uneasy, I went to check. There he was, my friend, digging through his stuff, grabbing bats and ropes. He looked at me with excitement in his eyes. "We're going to check out that place," he said. I hesitated, but his excitement was contagious. I agreed, but I didn't know that we would regret it later. We sneaked into the station by climbing over the wall. The place was dead silent, and the old train sat there like a giant, rusted beast. We moved slowly, trying not to make any noise. As we got closer, I suddenly heard footsteps. I peeked around the corner and froze. Two men were standing on the platform, holding what looked like a body. My heart pounded, and I couldn't breathe. The men wore masks. Maybe they were human traffickers? I didn't know, but fear gripped me. We crept along the shadows, trying to stay hidden. That's when I noticed something even stranger. A massive train box, way bigger than normal, like 3 boxes merged together. Curiosity got the better of us, and we sneaked a peek inside. What we saw sent shivers down our spines. Inside, it looked like a science lab. Machines, strange tools, and in the center, a man chained up. He didn't look normal. His face was distorted, and his skin was pale. Then, without warning, he let out a chilling, blood-curdling scream. My friend fainted on the spot. I felt my whole body shaking, but I couldn't leave him there. I slung him over my shoulder, trying not to make any noise. Just as I started moving, I caught a glimpse of a man, dressed in a police uniform, heading straight for us. My heart sank. Was he really a cop, or part of whatever this was? He started running toward us. I didn't wait to find out. I sprinted for the main door, not daring to look back. Somehow I made it out. The gate was open, and I escaped with my friend on my back. Later, we found out that the entire station was demolished. Nobody ever figured out what was really going on there. But every time I think about it, I wonder, what did we actually see that night? And was that thing even human?